Hello and welcome back to the Mock Force channel, where today I'll be going back through the last 2 seasons in the Pokemon Go Battle League, and I'll be showing you my best teams from each season. So if you're a beginner, you may be able to learn what Pokemon are good to use, and if you're an expert, make sure you stay tuned to find out what ridiculous Pokemon I've used to climb up through the ranks. Stay tuned. Okay, so we begin our journey in the Great League, which, as you may know, is going to be Pokemon with a combat power under 1500. There's three leagues, the Great League, the Ultra League, and the Masters League. So I didn't play for a long time. I started in 2016, and then I didn't play for about 3 years, and I only recently re-downloaded it. So when I first got back into the app, the first thing I did was look at the new evolutions. I was very excited to see 3 new evolutions, Umbreon, Glaceon, and Espeon. And I immediately saw that Umbreon was a pretty decent Pokemon. So I put him on my Great League team. And I combined him with Seadra and Cloyster. So Seadra has Dragon Breath, which kind of scares the opponent. And it also has Blizzard, which was a very good legacy move. And Cloyster is okay, but he's not quite elite. So that was kind of my intro to the Go Battle League, and I enjoyed it. You know, Seadra and Cloyster, I just found by trial and error. They had decent IVs, and Umbreon absolutely carried the team. So once Great League ended, this is in Season 1, by the way, Ultra League began, which is going to be Pokemon with a combat power under 2500. So for this league, I brought Pinsir, Gengar, and Rhydon. Pinsir was pretty good in the lead because he could get to a charge move very quickly, I think 2.8 seconds. But it is a bug type, so not a very good typing. There's a lot of things that it hits for resisted damage. And I also had Gengar, who has a super high attack. In addition, my Gengar was almost 100% IV, so it could one-shot a lot of Pokemon if it had an energy advantage. And I also used Rhydon, which had Surf and Earthquake, which are pretty good moves. But I would later replace him with Landorus, who has a little bit better typing and could survive a little bit longer. So after Ultra League, next came Master League, in which you use your highest possible Pokemon, the Pokemon with the best combat power. So for this one, I brought Gyarados, Vaporeon, and Exeggutor. So I brought Vaporeon and Exeggutor to combat a lot of the Tyrannitars and Rhyperiors that I was seeing. They might not be the best Pokemon, but they could hit those Rhyperior and Tyranitar with super effective damage, which is very useful. And Gyarados, as you may know, is an absolute monster. So I actually reached rank 7 with that team, and I was very happy with that. And then, of course, Season 1 ended, and we're back to the beginning with Season 2. So now I'm getting a little bit more into it. My Pokemon are getting a little bit more elite, and I brought Toxicroak, Azumarill, and Alolan Raichu. So with Alolan Raichu, I've wasted so many fast move TMs as well as charge move TMs. Because I just couldn't find a good moveset that really worked. Volt Switch felt really slow. It's a 4-move fast move, so I was always very frustrated with it. And Azumarill, of course, as you may know, is a near-perfect Pokemon with Ice Beam and Play Rough or Hydro Pump. And Toxicroak, I actually had a rank 9 Toxicroak, but I still found it to be a little bit glassy. It could get one-shotted by most moves. So that was a pretty good team. I was pretty happy with that. And then we got into Ultra League again, and this time I brought Giratina Altered, Alolan Golem, and Charizard. I personally think Alolan Golem is one of the most underrated Pokemon out there. It has Volt Switch and Rock Throw and Wild Charge. As you know, Wild Charge got a very good buff, so it's a very powerful move, and Rock Throw doesn't really require that much energy. As well, I had Charizard and Giratina. Charizard, I didn't have to use any elite TMs. I just went with the normal moveset. And I actually did pretty well with that team, and I reached rank 8. I was very excited about that. Giratina and Charizard could both kind of spam with Dragon Claws, and then a Alolan Golem might come through with a Wild Charge to finish him off. So yeah, rank 8 with a 2000 ELO. I was very excited to finally reach 2000. So, okay, and then Ultra League ended. We get back into Masters League, and this time they bring Premier Cup as well. So Premier Cup is just Masters League, but no legendary. So no Giratina, none of the really, really good Pokemon. So in the Premier League, I'll start with Masters League. I brought Groudon and Rhyperior and Exeggutor. And I actually used an Elite TM on Rhyperior to get Rock Wrecker, which I definitely think was worth it, as it did a huge amount of damage. I think around 850 damage combined. And I also had Groudon. I spent a lot of dust, and I spent a lot of rare candies. But he's pretty good. I mean, a little bit of a letdown. I didn't win every game, obviously. No one Pokemon is going to let you win every game. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of time. And I had Exeggutor, who is a pretty good generalist. He gave me kind of a counter to a lot of those water types, which is very useful, and had great matchups against Pokemon like maybe Mewtwo, who you wouldn't really expect could be taken down by a lowly Exeggutor. And then there's also Premier League, which is running consecutively. And in this one, I brought Waterfall Gyarados, I brought Glaceon, and I brought Rhyperior again. So Glaceon was really fun to use, a very glassy Pokemon, hard-hitting ice type. It was very exciting, especially if it gets matched up against maybe a Dragonite. Very fun to use. And Waterfall Gyarados, a little bit different, but with Waterfall, it can counter Metagross very well. And right now, Premier League and Master League have ended, and all 4 leagues are now open again. And now my Pokemon, I feel like they're getting really elite. I'm doing really well. I've gained about 600 points in the last couple of, maybe the last week. And my team now is Azumarill, Galarian, Stunfisk, and Machamp. And Machamp is kind of my MVP. He kind of surprises a lot of those steel types, or maybe rock types, or even dark types. And as you know, Galarian, Stunfisk, and Azumarill are very good. Galarian Stunfisk, his moveset is going to be Mudshot and Earthquake, which are 2 of the best movesets you can have. It's shared by Swampert and Groudon, and it puts out a huge amount of damage. And of course, Azumarill with Play Rough and Ice Beam is going to be in my lead, because he, or maybe she, I'm not sure if Azumarill, what gender it is, but Azumarill has very good matchups in the lead. So yeah, I'm now in rank 8 and still rising, but season 2 is ending soon. So I'm excited for the next season and some of the new changes. Pelipepper is one of those new changes. So very excited to kind of change it up a little bit, and let me know what you thought and if you're excited as well. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.